Hello, my name is Edward Kadu. Today I'll be talking about electric vehicle industry. Since the introduction of the first assembly line by Henry Ford in 1913, electric vehicles are gaining widespread acceptance among drivers worldwide, as demonstrated by their increasing market share across the world. Currently, electric vehicles represent over 20% of new car sales in 15 countries, surpassing 10% in 22 countries, and exceeding 5% in 31 countries globally. The three largest markets for electric vehicles in the world are China, Europe, and the United States. China is now the largest car market globally. It ranks 11th in electric vehicle penetration, with EVs accounting for 24% of new car sales, while Germany, the fifth largest car market, ranks 16th with EVs representing 20% of new car sales. The United States ranked 25th with EVs having 8% penetration of new car sales. Europe is the second largest market for electric vehicles after China. As of November 2024, the electric vehicle market share in Europe was 22%. China's EV market has a wider range of models, including smaller, more affordable options, while US EV sales are dominated by premium models like Tesla Model 3. Interestingly, Japan, the world's fourth largest auto market and powerhouse in auto manufacturing, has not seen electric vehicle gain the same level of attraction as in other regions. China's dominance in electric vehicle market has raised concerns in the US and EU. The US has moved towards economic decoupling from China, while the EU is trying to balance competition with cooperation. EU is imposing tariffs on certain Chinese EVs to protect its domestic industry, while also encouraging Chinese companies to establish manufacturing facilities within the EU. On May 14th, the White House announced that it would be raising import tariffs on Chinese EVs from 50 to 100, while tariffs on Chinese EV batteries would raise from 0 to 25%. Some of the biggest critics against electric vehicles argue that they simply cost too much. New research from the European Automobile Manufacturing Association appears to support that assessment by pointing out that adoption of EVs is highest in countries whose residents are more affluent. Countries with a higher GDP per capita have a higher EV adoption rate compared to countries with a lower GDP per capita. For instance, countries in Latin America and Africa have a very low EV adoption rate compared to wealthier countries in Northern Europe and North America. In 2023, the EV adoption rate was 22% in Northern Europe, while it was only 0.7% in Latin America. Electric vehicles are more widely adopted in wealthier countries primarily because of the higher purchasing power of citizens in these nations, allowing them to afford initial higher cost of EVs. Coupled with supportive government policies like tax incentives, access to charging infrastructure, and a greater awareness of government concerns, which are often the key factors driving EV adoption in these regions. The shift to electric vehicles from traditional combustion engine vehicles does also raise some concerns about job losses, particularly in the traditional automotive manufacturing. Since electric motors have significantly fewer components compared to internal combustion engines, this can lead to reduced demand for jobs in the manufacturing areas that produce complex engine components, exhaust systems, and other related parts. The transition to EVs will also affect supply chains. Suppliers of components specific to internal combustion engines may face declining demand, potentially leading to job losses in those sectors. The production of EV batteries is also labor-intensive and requires a skilled workforce. As the demand for EV grows, so does the need for battery manufacturing facilities, which can create jobs. Electric vehicles often rely more on software features, such as automotive driving, connectivity, and energy management. This shift may lead to increased demand for jobs in software development, engineering, and IT. The expansion of charging networks will also create jobs in installation, maintenance, and operation of charging stations. As EV market grows, there will also be need for recycling programs for batteries and other components, which can open up new job opportunities. While there may be significant job losses in certain areas of traditional automotive manufacturing, the overall impact shift of electric vehicles is complex and multifaceted. There is a potential for job creation in new sectors, but this also requires proactive measures in software development and policy support to ensure that workers can transition to new roles. The net effect of employment will largely depend on how well these challenges are managed. Women are underrepresented as both employees and consumers in the EV industry. Women were only 25% of the general workforce in 2023, despite the fact that they are more likely to be concerned about the environment. This is because women are more interested in service sector industries such as nursing, hospitality, because they require less strength than the production of goods. White people are overrepresented in the EV manufacturing industry. In the upper Midwest, the EV industry employs 76% of the white population, while black people are 10% and and Pacific Islanders are only 3%. This is because of the political culture, which is anti-union in the South. Technology has progressed rapidly in the field of EVs. In the past decade, average EV efficiency has increased by 15%, while average range has increased by about 200%. The foundation of any electric vehicle is the battery, and nothing has advanced more than the battery technology. These progressing advances have resulted in higher energy densities, longer range, and faster charging times. One of the most important breakthroughs in the EV technology was the development of lithium batteries. These high energy density batteries provided longer ranges and faster charging times, addressing the concerns of earlier electric vehicles. The advancement in battery technology not only improved performance of EVs but also made them more affordable and accessible to a broader audience, fueling appeal of becoming an EV driver. Sodium-ion batteries are a promising technology for electric vehicle industry because they are less expensive than lithium-ion batteries and are made from more abundant materials. Sodium-ion batteries are estimated to be one-third of the price of lithium-ion batteries. Sodium-ion is also 1,000 times more abundant than lithium, which could reduce supply chains and lower battery costs. Battery swapping is a technology that allows drivers to replace depleted EV batteries with a fully charged one in minutes. This process is similar to refueling a gas-powered vehicle at a gas station. Battery swapping is considered an important aspect of EV technology evolution because it offers significantly faster way to refuel an electric vehicle compared to traditional charging, essentially eliminating range anxiety by allowing drivers to quickly swap a depleted battery for a fully charged one at a dedicated stations, making the process more akin to filling up a gas tank. This can be particularly beneficial for frequent drivers to those with limited access to home charging options. China has over 1,500 battery swapping stations for EVs. An electric highway, also known as an electric road, is a road that supplies electric power to vehicles traveling on it. In 2016, Sweden became the first country to open an electric road on a motorway using overhead lines. Electric highways are important because they can make electric vehicles more practical for everyday use and can improve their range and reduce battery size.